Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Sophie. Today we're stepping into the exciting world of Korean variety shows. For me, there were three main types that I absolutely love. The first one is the travel and outdoor shows that are fun, spontaneous, especially from NetPD's legendary production. And also the survival shows, the competition of who will rise up to the top. Dating shows, romance, the heartbroken, and everything in between. Let's dive in. I think it's no surprise that my gateway to Korean variety shows was Running Man. Back in middle school, I wasn't really a consumer of variety shows or any shows in general. I am just a middle school student trying to finish my endless homework. And then I found out this show. I have so much fun watching it. At one point, my dream job was actually to be the MC of the show. Just imagine getting paid while still having fun at the same time. Something like the easiest job ever, but little did I know it was actually super hard to make everything fun and let people laugh about it. Fast forward to my high school days, I discovered my all-time favorite shows, New Journey to the West. It's about a group of people going on a journey together, packed with unpredictable challenges and mini-games. They have been to China, Vietnam, Japan, of course, Korea. Where else did you see people dressed like a Monkey King or Pixie, like they were the characters from Journey to the West? And also like Joker and even Statue of Liberty? I mean, that's super wild. And another thing that made it special is like the format was very untraditional for me back then. It was just like a bunch of good friends going on vacation together and playing some minigames and fully committing to their new Journey to the West characters. And I would say the footage is definitely not perfect. You end getting your 4K footage. Sometimes I don't think it's even like 480p. It could be super grainy and almost like no lighting at all, but that doesn't really matter. These kind of things actually make it so raw and real. It is just legitimately good. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like it's very hard to cast a bunch of people with such an incredible chemistry together. Everything they do is so fun, and they made me laugh without trying hard, if you get what I'm saying. A lot of time it's just pretty natural interactions.
진짜 알아. 생각하다가 얘기 뭐 하시던 분이고. 아이고 미국 대통령 무슨 푸였던 거 같은데. 무슨 푸였던 거 같은데.
And during summer vacation, my routine was pretty simple. Grab a juicy watermelon, blast the AC, and binge watching New Journey to the West all day long. I've gone through all 8 seasons and it just have everything I loved. And the bonus point for me is that they come to travel to China a lot, so that made me have like extra fun watching them. If you haven't watched New Journey to the West, I am so jealous of you because you have so much fun ahead of you. And if you enjoyed New Journey to the West and want some more shows like this, which I guarantee you will, then I have another recommendation for you. Earth Arcade. Most of the TV shows in the market today are either like 90% of the men plus one girl or all men. But this one is all girls, so I mega love this. The design and the structure of this show is very similar to New Journey to the West. It's like travel plus a bunch of mini games, and they have like a big goal for each season. They do a little cosplay scene and change of costume as well. They have traveled to Finland, Thailand, and Indonesia so far, and watching them explore these places while still enjoying the fun games that they play is a bonus for us. Once again, the casting, they blended in so well. And the most unforgettable moment for me is that when they first met each other, they did a little like idol random dance together.
마지막 촬영입니다.
And OMG, it was like they have been K-pop trannies and trend together for like 4 years in the past, but in reality, they have only known each other for a day. I mean, what? Even made me question, does like an average Korean dance like that? Because it seems so effortless for them. So yeah, this show is just super fun, a rare all-girl show that is super entertaining. Absolutely love it. My next recommendation for you is Green Bean, Red Bean, Reap What You Sow. It's about a real-life friend group heads to a countryside to experience the simple life of farming.
야, 진짜 좋네. CCTV에 고라니 또 찍혔어. 너 좀 심어주고 싶다.
Which sounds so random, right? And that's what makes it mega fun. They're given a small piece of land and a tiny cabin where they can live. They can grow whatever they want. Veggies, fruit, flowers, whatever. And harvest their own food. It's a vibe. This one is my recent favorite. I binge watched everything in February. The casting, I have to mention, it's the first time I watched Napiti's show knowing this many people. I knew like 3 out of 4 of them. That's a lot. I mean, I literally opened Earth's Arcade and New Journey to the West without knowing anyone from them. No one. But this one is a little different. We have Kwon-soo, which is a former member from Running Man. Kim Woo-bin, an actor from the OG K-drama The Hears. Dio Kyung-soo is a member from K-pop boys group EXO. So yeah, my first impression was, wait, how do these people met each other and how do they become friends? To me, they don't really share anything in common and I don't see how their paths cross-related to each other, and that got me interested. So yeah, I'm definitely watching. And this show is such a gem. The life away from the city, simple joys, lovely interactions between them. Since they are already friends for almost a decade, I was told, so there's no like awkward let's get into know each other and ice-breaking moments. It's just all very natural and effortless chemistry between them. And there were like no missions that need to be complete. There are very minimal, I would say like barely no interventions by the producers and directors. They can do whatever they want. And this kind of setting makes it feels like a vlog, an unfiltered vlog. There are a lot of times the camera is like shaking like crazy, I would say. Okay. But it's like very fun to watch though. And by episode 2, you will feel like you are already a friend within the group. Like you are friends with them. And you can go through so much things with them, like the badminton challenges, the creation of their own little garden, the legendary stories of the watermelon, as well as making perilla oil from scratch. Sounds crazy, right? I would never imagine that. And by the end of it all, they write like heartfelt letters for the villagers who have helped them in their journey before, which is like, okay, I swear I caught myself tearing up watching that. It's a very heartwarming show. It's wholesome. It's that kind of show that makes you appreciate the little things in their life.
시작. 오케이. 됐어? 바로야? 와, 퍼펙트다. 와, 잘했다. 와, 이거 뭐 컴퓨터 그래픽 같네. 야, 드디어 하나 건졌다.
Truly one of the shows that stays with you, I would say. Maybe a little bit too much to share, but this show is actually the reason why I wanted to make this video. It's a great show and I feel like everyone should know. And then after finishing this, I started binge watching the GBRB Kung Kung Papa spin-off, the Cafeteria Operation. This show brings back Kwon-soo and Kyung-soo. But this time they are running a cafeteria for Napiti's company, Aggi's company. It's so fun. Hyo is like this introverted kitchen master that can make incredible dishes, but Kwon-soo is actually an introvert but plays the role of an extrovert and is engaging with other employees, but he barely knows anything about cooking, yet he's in charge and play the boss role. But they cook a lot of food like tanghulu, sweet and sour pork, tteokbokki, potato and egg soup, burger, and everything looks so delicious. The whole thing is actually very seriously planned. They post their menu on the company's website every day. And I actually found their website yesterday and the web is still on, which you can check. Shout out to Aggi's Coming, their web is so cute. And because this show takes place in a TV production company, we got to see some slices of the moments of the editors and what the PDs are doing, how they create the mini games that we enjoyed. After the dining, they will write little comments. There is some heartwarming stories behind the thing. Truly the shows that made me laugh and made me cry just a little bit. It's very short and sweet. We only have like 5 episodes. Totally bingeable in a day. Just a little fun fact. And you can totally watch that on YouTube, on channel Fumom. They have subtitles in Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Indonesian, Thailand. So go check it out. I will link it down below. Another thing I realized after watching this show is that I feel like Korean celebrities or MCs or actors or singers, whatever you want to call it, they just feel less privileged and more like a normal human being, if you know what I'm talking about. In the sense that the people around them, like the normal people, treated them the same way as they treated other people. It's not like, oh wow, you're the big star, can we take a photo and I will post that in my Instagram thing, which I might expect them to be, but it's actually more like, oh hey, I saw you on TV kind of stuff. It's not like but it's more like, oh hey, but again, I could be totally wrong, but it just feels like that when I watch their reality shows. And it's not only for the Kong Kong Papa show, but also for other NaPD's show. They were real, like what reality shows supposed to be, and they are relatable. They don't feel like they are not in the same world as we are. And their show is just unfiltered and more relatable in a way. And I guess that's the secret why I find these shows to be enjoyable. Anyways, back to the show itself. Next one is Use Our Flowers, the Iceland edition. This is a travel show where a group of guys going on a journey to Iceland. Even though the name of the show is Use Our Flowers, but no flowers this time, just guys. And their mission would be to chase the auroras in Iceland. But the catch is, they didn't pack anything at all. Nothing. This was probably the first time that I ever stumbled upon the concept of minimalism in a travel show. Very eye-opening, I have to say. And watching them travel completely unprepared made me think twice of my packing habits. Do I really need two massive 28-inch suitcases whenever I travel? Maybe, or maybe not. So their style is very different kind of travel. No luxury, no fancy itineraries, just pure experience. Maybe that's what travel is supposed to be. A full pack of unexpected and unique experiences. And I still remember some of the moments that they've been through, struggling to find hotels in the middle of the night. We used Google Translate because Icelandic was a pure mystery to them. Buying shoes at the flea market because one member clearly went straight to Iceland after a red carpet and all he has is a suitcase and an Oxford. And he is expected to survive with 2 foot of snows in Iceland. I mean, when they say they don't pack anything at all, they meant they don't pack anything at all. Not even underwears. Other experiences like jumping into the hot spring in -10°C or even like -20°C? Not too sure, need a fact check on that. And when they finally see Aurora, I couldn't stop crying. It's just a great show. And I heard so many great things about other editions of Use Our Flowers, Peru, Laos, Africa. For some reason, I never get fully into the episodes, but for this Iceland series, absolutely love it. Next up, let's get into survival shows. The thrill, the strategy, and the unexpected twist. The first one on my recommendation list is of course The Genius, the OG survival show. This show is about psychology, strategy, teamwork, and even politics. A true mind game, I would say. For each episode, it follows a man match plus a death match where one player will be eliminated. And the cast is a mix of celebrities, MCs, intellectuals playing in the intense mode. First of all, the rules are easy to understand. They will explain the rules first and they will use a 3-point summarization to do some reinforcement, which helps you understand the rules even more, even if you don't understand it. Let's say. He added it in a way that keeps you hooked. You still want to watch it even if you don't understand the rules kind of thing. The storytelling is amazing. There is a lot of plot twist. Players' hidden strategies will be revealed at the end. And it's so well played. And the psychology part of the show is top tier, from micro manipulation to planting the seed of the doubt. Every move is just so fascinating to watch. They have very good players in this show for sure, and my little journey and thoughts on survival shows have changed a lot, especially my views and perspective towards betrayal. My first thought on betrayal was actually like, oh my god, how can he do that? He is such a bad person and I'm sure he will stab you at the back in real life. But after watching more and more survival shows, I start to appreciate the place. It turns out to be more like, oh, that is such a genius move. Oh, this move is actually so smart. I realized there is more than one way to win, and sometimes betrayal could be a brilliant strategy. Just imagine if you're playing Texas, right? If you bluff well enough and make me believe you, you have my full respect. Bluffing is so hard and not everyone can do it. I would totally shake and avoid eye contact as much as I can. And if everyone is playing as they agreed, their survival shows will be boring. low-key. The twists and unexpected betrayals, that's what makes the show so much fun. Game is game. Let's not take it personally. Next one on my list is Game of Blood or Bloody Game.
10명의 플레이어는 공평하고 비합리적인 게임입니다. 덩치와 음모, 배신, 그 어떤 수를 써서라도 살아남아야 하며.
This is a survival show inspired by the movie Parasite and also Games of Thrones. Very brilliant ideas of setting, I would say. They have the basement tier, the normal tier, and penthouse tier. Clearly, the social class plays a role here. They have a man match and a death match where one person gets eliminated every single episode. But the catch is that if you get voted out, you are probably not necessarily out. Sometimes you just get moved to the basement floor where other people think you're out. And then there is this floor switch moment that comes. And everything is upside down. Oh my god, I feel like I'm flooded in a very terrified way. I hope you're not scared by this. The casting, we have contestants from Singles Inferno, we have intellectuals, we have university students, we also have players from the Genius that comes here, poker players, basketball players, models, all walks of life. And you get to see a lot of different scenes could happen in a small group, like how stress and pressure destroys the people and makes him underperform, and what would be a real good team play be like. Some people blend each other even though it's their fault, all kinds of things, and even some violent scenes for season 2. But I have to say, season 2 was by far the most memorable seasons. It's just full of unexpected twists and right amount of drama. So, highly recommend season 2 if you're new to Bloody Games. Next one on my list is Culinary Plus Wars by Netflix.
서울 레스토랑 다 문 닫는 날이야?
It's the ultimate cooking / survival shows, I would say.
마스터 셰프 이렇게 붙는다고.
Definitely one of the best cooking shows that I've ever seen. Not that I've seen many, but yeah, there are 20 white-collar chefs that are big names, Michelin stars, restaurant owners, and there are 80 black-collar chefs, the underdogs and less-known chefs. Black-collar chefs are from all different kinds of background. Some study abroad, and some works in Michelin restaurant for years, and some learn their recipe from the comic books. There's this 1 versus 1 elimination battles where 1 white chefs versus 1 black-collar chefs, and the judges, they blind taste every dish and figure out the winners. Which is such a fair approach when it comes to dishes. If it tastes good, then it's the winner. Makes sense, right? But I never seen this on TV. And there's this one pair of chefs that they got the main ingredient to be the perilla oil. Yes, that's the thing that they make in the Kong Kong Papa actually. But imagine the main ingredient for a dish to be the oil? How would you do that? The black collar chef is delivering a dessert and he makes the perilla oil ice cream, which is such a wow to me. And I definitely wanted to try it so bad. And the white collar chef is doing a dish that highlights the aroma and the flavors of the oil by pairing up with the white radish, which is something that's light and refreshing. I'm not going to be a spoiler and tell you which one actually wins. I'll leave the fun for you while watching that show. And there's the teamwork challenges that invites the mukbang YouTubers to taste test everything, which is so fun. Till the very end, they also have a tofu challenges where the chefs were asked to deliver 10 different tofu dishes.
저는 켄터키에서 살아요. 켄터키. 그래서 한국에 와서 한번 켄터키 프라이드 치킨 만들어야 되는데 그래서 켄터키 프라이드 토fu.
And I guarantee you will be amazed by how creative the chefs could be. By watching this show, you got to see a lot of the things behind one single dish. The skill, the seasoning, the ingredient pairing, the timing, the flavor, and the logic even. I feel like I have much more understanding and appreciations for a dish. This is also the show that tells the chefs' personal stories. You feel their struggles and why they cook the way that they do. And you could definitely see what it meant to be true passion from their eyes. The full visuals, I swear, if there is this one single technology that allows me to directly grab the food from my screen, I'm totally buying that. So a pro tip for you would be that to prepare some good dishes while you're watching this, otherwise it's gonna be tough. And finally, we have the dating shows. Of course, we are not missing that out when we are talking about Korean variety shows. But I have to say, as I'm getting older and older, I watch less and less dating shows. Not that 70-year-old watching Tar Signals anymore. Not in my lovely period recently, I'm not interested in a relationship. But I do find some gems when it comes to dating shows. My Siblings romance. 4 pairs of biological brothers and sisters join in a dating show together and live in a shared house. This is a dating show with a bit of family touch. The first part is more about finding the clues and hints. Who's whose sister? They look alike and he might be her brother. Oh, this guy is interested in my sister. Oh, this girl has feelings for my brother. This kind of thing makes the show mega fun, and there are a lot of very lovely family moments for the show. For me personally, I'm the only kid in my family, so I never get to know what the life could be like if I have a brother or a sister or something. And it's very lovely to watch the family interactions and the bondings that they have for each other. And from the middle to later part of the show, it's more focused on the romantic part of the story. Okay, I'm not going to do any spoiling for you, but I would say you will definitely have fun watching it because it was so real. I could totally relate this kind of things happen in our real life. One choosing another, one not choosing another, one changed their minds in the halfway, one is still hesitant about if we need to step into a relationship or not, this kind of thing. Okay, I'll leave the phone to you. Next one, transit love. A dating show with your exes? I mean, which ex? Yeah, you heard me right. This is kind of the show that you bring one of your exes to the show and you pair up with the other ex couples, live in a shared house together. The question would be, do you go back to your relationship with your ex or do you take a transit and switch to another line? Well, just imagine like your exes is flirting with someone else under your eyes, or you flirting with someone else under your ex's eyes. The whole concept, I was so shocked. I would never ever do that, but I'm so curious about what's going to happen in a show like this. There is the not getting over type, where they still have feelings for each other, or one person still have feelings for each other and they wanted to get back kind of thing. And there is the fully getting over type. Like, I just wish the best for you and I don't feel a thing even if you kiss under my eyes with another person. This kind of stuff tells me a whole different aspect of how a relationship could be like, how sweet it could be while you're having the relationship, and how bitter and sadness you will feel after it. I didn't watch all the seasons because there are some parts that could be get too dramatic or too bitterness or too jealousy, but I did watch season 2. I had so much fun watching it. It was healing, sweet, and a little bit dramatic as well. Okay, that's the top 10 recommendations I have for you. There are definitely some good shows that I'm missing out. Please comment it down below so that I got a chance to watch them. And there are some shows that I think is definitely worth mentioning in this video. The first one, Great Escape. I never watched it because I knew that I would get so terrified watching that. If you are interested in escape rooms and solving the puzzles and mystery kind of thing, I heard nothing but good reviews about it. So, highly recommend. Next one is the New Journey to the West spin-offs. They have a lot of spin-offs. I mean, it's an 8-season show, right? So it kind of makes sense that they have a lot of spin-offs. My personal favorite are Khan's Kitchen, Mapu Hipster, 3 Meals in Iceland. Another show that I watch a lot in my university times is I Live Alone. It's like the Living Alone diaries. They will invite guests to their show for almost every single episode, so it's very fun watching the life of other people could be like, kind of stuff. And survival show wise, I will recommend a show called Influencer by Netflix. They clearly invited a lot of different kinds of influencers, definitely out of your imagination. And also OG dating shows, Her Signal. I have so many mixed feelings for this show, especially for season 1, but I would still recommend that to you. So that's pretty much all I have for you for today. Let me know the shows that you've been watching lately, and I love you all. Bye now.